Hey everyone, welcome back to ESC Grammar and Structure, where grammar becomes easy, fun, and sometimes a little dramatic. Let me tell you a story. Yesterday, a vase fell and broke into pieces. Everyone in the house shouted, "Who did it?" And then someone said, "It was John who broke the vase." Wait, why not just say, "John broke the vase"? Why add all those extra words? That's what we call a cleft sentence, and that's our lesson for today. Part 1. What is a cleft sentence? All right, let's make this simple. A cleft sentence is a way to emphasize one part of a sentence. The word cleft actually means split or divided. So, a cleft sentence splits a simple idea into two parts to highlight the most important information. For example, simple, John broke the vase. Cleft, it was John who broke the vase. We're not changing the meaning, we're just adding focus. We're saying, not Mary, not Lisa, it was John. So, a cleft sentence helps us say what part of the sentence we want to emphasize. Part 2. The structure. The most common type is the it cleft structure. Here's the pattern. It plus be plus emphasized part plus who/that/which plus rest of the sentence. Let's see some examples. 1. It was John who broke the vase. We're emphasizing John, the person. 2. It was yesterday that I met her. We're emphasizing yesterday, the time. 3. It's in the kitchen where I left my phone. We're emphasizing in the kitchen, the place. So you can emphasize a person, time, place, or even reason using this pattern. Part 3. Why do we use it? We use cleft sentences to sound more expressive, clear, and natural, especially in storytelling or emotional moments. Instead of saying, "I met her in the park," you could say, "It was in the park that I met her." It just sounds more dramatic, right? It gives your sentence focus. The listener knows what's important. Writers, speakers, and even movie characters use it all the time. Part 4. Types of cleft sentences. Short intro. There are actually a few types, but for beginners, the two most common are 1. It cleft sentences, the one we just learned. Example, it was Sarah who called you. 2. WH cleft sentences, also called pseudo-cleft. Example, what Sarah did was call you. Both add emphasis, but in slightly different styles. Don't worry, we'll focus on it cleft today. It's the easiest and most common. Part 5. How to make one. Let's transform normal sentences into cleft sentences together. Normal. Tom bought the cake. Cleft. It was Tom who bought the cake. Normal. I called you last night. Cleft. It was last night that I called you. Normal. She left the keys on the table. Cleft. It was on the table that she left the keys. Easy, right? Just pick the part you want to emphasize and put it after it was. Part 6. Common mistakes. Here are some quick things to remember. 1. Don't forget the relative pronoun, who, that, or which. Example, wrong. It was John broke the vase. Correct. It was John who broke the vase. 2. Don't change the verb tense. Wrong. It is John who broke the vase, if it happened in the past. Correct. It was John who broke the vase. 3. Don't use cleft sentences in every line. They're powerful, but use them for emphasis, not for every sentence. Part 7. Quick quiz time. OK, grammar fans, Time to test your understanding. Question 1. Which sentence is a correct cleft sentence? A. It was she that called me last night. B. She was it that called me last night. C. It she was that called me last night. The correct answer is A. It was she that called me last night. Question 2. Choose the best cleft sentence. A. It was the park that I met him. B. It was in the park that I met him. C. In the park it was that I met him. The correct answer is B. It was in the park that I met him. We need the preposition in before the park. Question 3. Which one emphasises the reason? A. It was John who broke it. B. It was because he was angry that he broke it. C. It was yesterday that he broke it. The correct answer is B. It was because he was angry that he broke it. That sentence focuses on the reason, not the person or time. How many did you get right? Part 8. Final tips. So remember, 1. A cleft sentence divides a simple idea into 2 parts. 2. We use it to emphasize who, what, where, when, or why. So the next time you want to sound expressive or dramatic, try it. Instead of saying, "You helped me," say, "It was you who helped me." Instead of, "I saw her yesterday," say, "It was yesterday that I saw her." See? Small change, big difference.
Have you ever said something like, "in despite of," or maybe "according with," and then someone looked at you like, Don't worry, you are not alone. Many English learners make mistakes with complex prepositions, and today we're going to fix that once and for all. Welcome back to ESC Grammar and Structure, where we make grammar clear, simple, and powerful. First of all, what is a preposition? A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. For example, the book is on the table. She is in the room. We arrived at school. These are simple prepositions: in, on, at, by, for, from, etc. Easy, right? But English doesn't stop there. What are complex prepositions? A complex preposition is a group of 2 or more words that function together as one preposition. They usually follow this pattern: preposition plus noun plus preposition, adjective plus preposition, or a fixed phrase. And the most important thing, even though they have multiple words, they act as one unit. Let's look at some common ones. 1. In spite of and despite. Many students say, "In despite of the rain," no. Correct forms: in spite of the rain, we continued the game. Despite the rain, we continued the game. Notice, in spite of equals 3 words. Despite equals 1 word. And bear in mind, both are followed by a noun or gerund, -ing form. Examples: in spite of the traffic, we arrived on time. Despite feeling tired, she kept working. They have the same meaning as although, but with different usage. 2. According to. Many learners say, "according with the news," Nope. Correct. According to the news, the weather will change. According to my teacher, this is important. According to means based on information from someone or something. Structure. According to plus noun. 3. Because of. Very common but often confused with because. Compare. We stayed home because it was raining. Because plus subject plus verb. We stayed home because of the rain. Because of plus noun. Because is followed by a clause, while because of is a complex preposition followed by a noun or noun phrase. More examples. The flight was canceled because of bad weather. He failed the exam because of lack of preparation. Got it right? 4. Due to. This one is similar to because of. Example, the cancellation was due to bad weather. His success was due to hard work. Traditionally, due to modifies a noun, while because of modifies a verb. But in modern English, they are often used similarly. Just remember, due to plus noun. 5. In front of. In front of is a complex preposition of place. Example, the car is in front of the house. She stood in front of me. 6. In charge of. It means responsible for. Example, she is in charge of the project. Who is in charge of this class? Structure. In charge of plus noun. 7. In addition to. Meaning also, besides. Example, in addition to English, she speaks French. In addition to studying, he works part-time. 8. By means of. Meaning, using something as a method. Example, he solved the problem by means of technology. The message was sent by means of email. Important rule. With complex prepositions, always memorize them as a whole unit. Do not change the last preposition. For example, it's in spite of, according to, in charge of, due to, not in spite to, according with, in charge for, due for. English prepositions are sometimes logical, and sometimes they just want to test your patience. Now let's test your understanding. Read carefully. Question 1. The heavy traffic, we arrived late. A. Because. B. Because of. C. Despite of. D. According to. Think carefully. Correct answer? B. Because of. Explanation. Heavy traffic is a noun phrase. We need a complex preposition followed by a noun. Because of the heavy traffic. Because the heavy traffic. Incorrect structure. Despite of, wrong form. It should be despite or in spite of. According to, doesn't fit meaning. Question 2. Blank my teacher, this grammar rule is very important. A. In spite of. B. Due to. C. According to. D. Because of. Correct answer? C. According to. Explanation. We are referring to information from someone. According to is used when we mention a source. Question 3. She succeeded, her lack of experience. A. In spite. B. In spite of. C. Because. D. According with. Correct answer? B. In spite of. Explanation. In spite of must be followed by a noun. Her lack of experience is a noun phrase. See? Not so scary. Final review. Complex prepositions are groups of words, function as one preposition, must be memorized as fixed expressions, and usually followed by a noun or gerund. The more you read and listen to English, the more natural they will feel. And here's a small challenge for you. In spite of your busy schedule, in addition to your daily activities, because of your desire to improve, you are still here learning grammar. That means you are serious. I have lived here. I lived here. I have been living here. Wait, aren't they the same? Not at all. Today we're going to break this down so clearly that you'll never be confused again. All right, let's go step by step. Step 1. Understand the big idea. These three tenses are different because they focus on different things. Past simple, time, or finished. Present perfect, experience, or focuses on the result now. Present perfect continuous, duration, or how long, and it is still happening now. Remember this: time, experience, and duration. That's your key. Step 2. Past simple. We use it when the action is finished, the time is clear or understood. Its structure is subject plus verb to. Examples. I lived here in 2020. I lived here for 5 years. It means, but now I don't. Key idea. We use simple past if the action is done, finished, and no connection to now. Bear in mind, if you mention a specific past time, you must use past simple. Example. This sentence is incorrect. I have eaten yesterday. But this sentence is correct. I ate yesterday. Easy so far, right? Step 3. Present perfect. We use it when the action started in the past and is still true now, or we care about the experience. The structure of present perfect is subject plus have or has plus verb 3. Examples. I have lived here for 5 years. I have lived here since 2020. These two sentences mean you still live here. Key idea. We don't say when. We care about the result. Let's compare these two sentences. I ate. This sentence is simple past, and it means I ate sometime in the past. While I have eaten, this is a present perfect tense. It means I have finished eating, and the result now, I'm full. This is where many learners get confused. Now the last one. Step 4. Present perfect continuous. We use it when the action started in the past, is still happening now. We focus on the duration or process. Structure: subject plus have, or has plus been plus verb ing. Examples: I have been living here for 5 years. I have been living here since 2020. These two sentences mean you still live here, but you emphasize the ongoing activity. Got it right! Step 5. What's the difference? Now you might ask, wait, I have lived here and I have been living here sound the same. Yes, very similar, but not identical. Let's compare. I have lived here for 5 years. It means this is a fact or situation. While I have been living here for 5 years, it means this is an event, activity, or an ongoing feeling. So, think like this. Have lived. It is a stable fact. While have been living. It is an ongoing action. Step 6. Quick comparison. Let's make it super clear. Let's compare all three. 1. I lived here. It means it was sometime in the past, but I don't live here now. 2. I have lived here. This means I still live here, but when I say this sentence, I focus on the fact 5 years. 3. I have been living here. And this means I still live here, but I focus on duration or activity. Same idea, different focus. Quiz time! Question 1. I, here in 2018. A, have lived. B, lived. C, have been living. Correct answer, B, lived. Explanation. We have a specific time, 2018, so we must use past simple. Question 2. I, here for 3 years, and I still love this place. A, lived. B, have lived. C, have been living. Correct answer, B, have lived. Explanation. This shows a fact that is still true now, so we use present perfect. Question 3. I, here for 3 hours. I'm so tired. A, have lived. B, lived. C, have been living. What's your answer? Comment below. Did you choose A, B, or C for number 3? Write your answer in the comments. I'll reply to you. If this lesson helped you finally understand the difference, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't for more simple English lessons.
Hey everyone! Have you ever said something like this? I can play the guitar and she can too. Wait, where's the second play the guitar? Did we forget it? Nope, that's called ellipsis, and it's totally correct. Welcome back to ESC Grammar and Structure, where we make English easy, fun, and crystal clear. Today we're diving into a cool grammar secret, ellipsis, or how English lets you skip words that everyone already understands. 1. What is ellipsis? All right, let's start simple. Ellipsis means leaving out words in a sentence because they're already understood from the context. It helps us avoid repeating the same words again and again, because, let's be honest, repeating words can sound boring. Example: I can play the guitar and she can too. The full sentence would be, I can play the guitar and she can play the guitar too. But repeating that is too much. So we just drop the repeated part. That's ellipsis in action. 2. Why use ellipsis? There are 3 main reasons English speakers love ellipsis. 1. It makes sentences shorter and smoother. 2. It avoids repetition. 3. It sounds more natural in conversation. Listen to this difference. Wrong. He likes pizza and I like pizza too. Correct. He likes pizza and I do too. See how natural that sounds? 3. Common types of ellipsis. Let's look at some of the most common kinds of ellipsis you'll find in English. A. Ellipsis with auxiliary verbs. We often leave out the main verb and object when we use an auxiliary verb like can, will, have, or do. Examples: I can play the guitar, and she can too. He has finished the work, and I have too. You didn't eat it, but I did. Simple, right? You just keep the helping verb and drop the repeated part. B. Ellipsis with to in infinitive clauses. When 2 sentences share the same infinitive phrase, we can drop the repeated to plus verb. Examples: She wants to dance, and I want to. The to dance is understood, so you don't need to say it again. He tried to help but failed to, meaning failed to help. English loves saving energy. Even words get lazy sometimes. C. Ellipsis in comparisons. When we use than or as, we often drop repeated words. Examples: She's taller than I am, meaning than I am tall. He runs faster than I do. I'm as tired as you are. See? Even in comparisons, English cuts what's not needed. D. Ellipsis in short answers. You don't always have to repeat everything someone says. Example: Do you like coffee? Yes, I do. Not, yes, I like coffee. Because everybody already knows what you're talking about. 4. Mini quiz time. OK, grammar champs, let's see how much you've got. I'll give you 3 quick questions. Pick your best answer. Question 1. Which sentence correctly uses ellipsis? A. I like coffee and I like tea too. B. I like coffee and I do too. C. I like coffee and I do like coffee too. Answer B. I like coffee and I do too. We dropped like coffee because it's already understood. Question 2. Choose the sentence that contains ellipsis in comparison. A. She's taller than I am. B. She's taller than me am. C. She's taller than I tall. Answer A. She's taller than I am. The word tall is understood, not needed. Question 3. Which sentence shows ellipsis with an infinitive? A. He wants to come and I want to come too. B. He wants to come and I want to too. C. He wants to come and I too. Answer B. He wants to come and I want to too. To come is dropped but understood. Awesome! If you got them all right, give yourself a big thumbs up. 5. Quick recap. Let's wrap it up with a short summary. Ellipsis equals leaving out repeated words that are already clear from the context. It makes your English sound smoother, shorter, and more natural. Common types include ellipsis with auxiliary verbs. I can to, I have to, I did to. Ellipsis with to in infinitives. I want to too. Ellipsis in comparisons. He's taller than I am. Ellipsis in short answers. Yes, I do. English is full of shortcuts, but smart ones. So now you know, ellipsis isn't just about skipping words. It's about making your English sound natural and fluent. If this lesson helped you understand something new today, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to ESC Grammar and Structure for more easy and fun grammar lessons every week.
Have you ever been confused by words like everyday and everyday? Or anytime and anytime? They look almost the same, but they're not the same. Today, I'll explain 3 very common English mistakes step by step, so you'll never confuse them again. 1. Everyday versus everyday. 2. Anymore versus anymore. And 3. Anytime versus anytime. Don't worry, I'll explain everything slowly, clearly, and step by step, so even beginners can understand. Part 1. Everyday versus everyday. Let's see and understand their difference. Everyday is one word. It functions as an adjective. It is used to describe something common or normal. Simply say, everyday means ordinary or usual. Whereas, everyday written with 2 words, it functions as an adverb phrase. It tells you when something happens. In other words, every day means each day. Got it right. See these examples to make it clearer. Every day, one word as an adjective. Example, this is my everyday routine. See, routine here is a noun, and the word everyday describes it. Another example, these are my everyday shoes. The word shoes in this sentence is also a noun, which is described by the word everyday. Let's compare to everyday as an adverb of time expression. Example, I study English every day. See, the words everyday in the sentence is and adverb. It answers the question when. When do I study English? And the answer is every day. Here's another example. She exercises every day. When does she exercise? Yes, the answer is every day. Clear, right? Common mistake. This sentence is wrong. I study English every day. If you mean each day, it should be I study English every day. Easy tip. If you can replace it with each day, use 2 words or every day. Part 2. Anymore versus anymore. Let's understand and find the difference. Anymore written in one word, it functions as a time and the meaning is usually negative. Simply say, anymore means now or no longer. What about anymore, which is written in 2 words? Well, it functions as a quantity. In other words, anymore means more quantity. See these examples to make it clearer. Anymore, one word as a time. Example, I don't watch TV anymore. It means I stopped watching. Another example, she doesn't live here anymore. It means she has moved. Next, anymore 2 words as a quantity. Example, do you have any more water? It means more water as a quantity. Another example, I don't need any more help. It means your help is now enough for me. Common mistake to avoid. This sentence is incorrect. I don't need any more books. It should be, I don't need any more books. Easy tip. If you can count it or measure it, use any more. But if it means no longer, use any more. Got it? Part 3. Anytime versus anytime. Let's see and understand the difference. First, anytime written in one word. It means informal, and it is used as an adverb in a sentence. Simply say, anytime means whenever, and this is informal. While anytime written in two words. It functions as a noun phrase, and this is more formal. In other words, anytime means at any moment. It is more formal or precise. See these examples. Anytime, one word as an informal use. Example, call me anytime. Another example, you can visit me anytime. Next, anytime two words. This is a formal use, which usually comes after prepositions. Example, you can call me at any time. See, anytime comes after the preposition at. Another example, come by at any time. Common mistake, to avoid. Incorrect sentence, call me at any time. It should be, call me at any time. Easy tip. After prepositions, such as at, in, on, etc., use two words or anytime. Quick review. Let's summarize. 1. Everyday one word. It functions as an adjective. It's a kind of everyday life. 2. Everyday two words. It means each day. 3. Anymore one word, meaning no longer. 4. Anymore two words. It means more quantity. 5. Anytime one word. This is informal. And 6. Anytime two words. This is formal and comes after prepositions. Wow, easy, right? Now it's your turn. Write your own sentences using 1. Every day. 2. Anymore. And 3. Anytime. I'll check them for you.
For is a simple word, but often confusing English learners. You might have ever seen this word in a sentence and thought, wait, what does this even mean here? Is it time, reason, purpose, or something else? Well, today you're going to master for, a simple word which is often confusing, whether it is as a preposition, conjunction, and even as an adverb, step by step, super clearly. Let's go. 1. For as a preposition. First, the most common use. For as a preposition. A preposition connects a noun or pronoun to another word in the sentence. As a preposition, for is used to show A. For as a purpose, or why something is done. Example, I study English for communication. See, why do I study English? For communication. Another example, this gift is for you. Again, the word for in this sentence shows purpose, to give it to you. Easy, right? Next. B. For as a duration, or how long. Example, I studied for 2 hours. She lived here for 5 years. Got it. In these two sentences, for tells us the length of time. C. For as a benefit, or who benefits. Example, this cake is for my mother. I opened the door for him. In these two sentences, For shows who receives the benefit. Now, D, for as a reason, or because of something. Example, he was punished for being late. Thank you for helping me. You see, for in these two sentences functions to explain the reason. Wow, one word, so many meanings already. 2. For as a conjunction. Now let's level up. As a conjunction, for means because, but it sounds more formal or literary. Example, I stayed at home for I was tired. See, in this sentence, for means because I was tired. Another example, she didn't go out for it was raining. Important, bear in mind. 1. It usually comes in the middle of a sentence. 2. It connects two clauses. Not very common in daily speaking, but very powerful in writing. 3. For as an adverb. Okay, this one is rare but interesting. For can act like an adverb in expressions, meaning forward or onward. Example, the soldiers moved for. In this sentences, for means moved forward. But honestly, this use is very old-fashioned. You'll mostly see it in 1. Literature, 2. Poetry, and 3. Historical texts. So don't worry too much about using it, just recognize it. Quick review. Remember, for is used as 1. As a preposition, it shows purpose, time, benefit, reason. 2. As a conjunction, it means because. 3. As an adverb, it means forward, but it is rarely used in daily English. Let's test your understanding. Question 1. She waited for 2 hours. What is for here? A. Conjunction. B. Preposition. C. Adverb. D. Verb. Spot on! You're right. The answer is B, as a preposition. Explanation. For 2 hours shows duration, time, so it's a preposition. Question 2. He didn't speak for he was nervous. What is for here? A. Preposition. B. Adverb. C. Conjunction. D. Noun. Perfect! The correct answer is C. Conjunction. Explanation. For means because and connects two clauses. Question 3. This letter is for you. What is for here? A. Preposition. B. Conjunction. C. Adverb. D. Adjective. What do you think? Drop your answer for question 3 in the comments. I'll gladly check it for you. And if you want more simple but powerful English lessons like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Trust me, your English will improve faster than you think. Okay, let's start with a challenge. Which sentence is correct? A. I stopped smoking to take a break. B. I stopped to smoke to take a break. C. I stopped smoking to smoke. D. I stopped to smoking. They all look similar, right? If you can explain why one is correct and the others are wrong, congratulations! You probably don't need this video. But if you're even a little confused, don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll master gerunds versus infinitives easily. Today we're going to learn one of the most confusing topics in English, gerunds, or verb plus -ing, infinitives, or to plus verb, and more importantly, how they can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Let's go step by step. Part 1. What is a gerund? A gerund is a verb plus ing, but it acts like a noun. Examples: smoking is bad. I enjoy reading. She loves dancing. So here, smoking, reading, dancing are things, not actions. Part 2. What is an infinitive? An infinitive is to plus base verb. Examples: I want to eat. She plans to travel. He decided to study. To infinitive usually shows purpose, intention, and future action. Part 3. Same verb, different meaning. Now here's where things get interesting and confusing. Some verbs can be followed by both gerunds and infinitives, but the meaning changes. Let's look at the most important ones. 1. Stop. Examples: stop plus gerund. I stopped smoking. Stop plus to infinitive. I stopped to smoke. What's the difference? Stop plus gerund. I stopped smoking. This sentence means I quit the habit, or I don't smoke anymore. While stop plus to infinitive, I stopped to smoke. This sentence means I paused another activity, or I stopped doing something else to smoke. Same words, totally different meaning. 2. Remember. Examples: remember plus gerund. I remember locking the door. Remember plus to infinitive. I remembered to lock the door. What's the difference? Remember plus gerund, or doing, in the sentence means you remember something from the past, or it's your memory. Remember plus to infinitive, or to do, in the sentence means you remember something you need to do, or it's a kind of responsibility. Let's have one more example to make it clearer. I remember meeting her. Or, remember plus gerund. This is my past memory, in which I remember the moment meeting her. While. I remembered to meet her. Or, remembered plus to infinitive. It means I had a promise to meet her, and I didn't forget it. Easy, right? 3. Try examples. Try plus gerund. Try eating more vegetables. Try plus to infinitive. Try to eat more vegetables. What's the difference? Try plus gerund. It means it's a kind of an experiment, or you do it and see what happens. While. Try plus to infinitive. It means it's a kind of an effort, or an attempt to something difficult. Let's have one more example to make it clearer. Try adding salt. This is an experiment. You want to see what happens if salt is added. While. Try to lift this box. This is an effort, whether you're able to lift the box. Got it right? 4. Forget. Examples. Forget plus gerund. I forgot locking the door. Forget plus to infinitive. I forgot to lock the door. What's the difference? Forget plus gerund. It means you don't remember the past action or you forget it. While. Forget plus infinitive. It means you didn't do the action or you didn't lock the door because you forgot. This one causes a lot of mistakes. 5. Regret. Examples. Regret plus gerund. I regret telling you. Regret plus to infinitive. I regret to tell you. What's the difference? Regret plus gerund. It means you feel sorry about the past. While. Regret plus to infinitive. This is a formal bad news. Let's see another example. I regret telling the truth. It means I feel bad. While. I regret to inform you. This is a formal notice. Part 4. Simple rule to remember. Here's a simple trick. If those verbs are followed by gerund, it means it's a past experience or a memory. While if those verbs are followed by to infinitive, it means it is about future, intention, or a purpose. Not always, but it works most of the time. Part 5. Back to the challenge. Now let's go back to the question. Which is correct? A. I stopped smoking to take a break. B. I stopped to smoke to take a break. C. I stopped smoking to smoke. D. I stopped to smoking. Think carefully. The best answer is A. I stopped smoking to take a break. Why? Stop plus gerund, or verb igen, means quit an activity. I stopped smoking equals I quit the habit of smoking. So in I stopped smoking to take a break, meaning I quit smoking in order to rest. Logical and natural. The others either sound unnatural or completely wrong. Now it's your turn. Which option did you choose at the beginning? Comment your answer below and explain why based on what you learned. If you got it wrong, don't worry. That means you just learned something powerful today. And if you got it right, you're already ahead of many English learners. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, and keep learning English step by step with me.
Hi everyone. Welcome back to ESC Grammar and Structure, the channel where English grammar becomes simple, logical, and sometimes dramatic. Now, let me ask you, have you ever heard someone say, "Never have I seen such beauty," instead of the normal, "I have never seen such beauty"? Wait, what? Why did they flip the sentence around? Well, that's what we call inversion for emphasis, and today I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it happens, and how you can use it to sound more expressive and natural in English. Part 1. What is inversion? Let's start with the basics. Normally in English we say subject plus auxiliary plus main verb. Example, I have never seen such beauty. But when we use inversion, the order changes. It becomes auxiliary plus subject plus main verb. So instead of saying, I have never seen such beauty, we say, never have I seen such beauty. See, we switched the subject I and the auxiliary verb have. That's what inversion means. We invert or reverse the order of the subject and the auxiliary verb. Part 2. Why do we use it? Now, here's the fun part. We don't just flip words for no reason. We use inversion for emphasis, to make something sound stronger, more emotional or dramatic. It's like when your friend shows you an amazing view and you go, "Never have I seen such beauty." You could say, "I've never seen such beauty," and it's fine. But "never have I seen such beauty" sounds like something from a movie scene. So inversion adds emotional power, formality, and sometimes surprise to your speech. Part 3. When do we use inversion for emphasis? We usually use inversion after negative or limiting adverbs, words that show restriction, rarity, or negation. Here are the most common ones: never, rarely, seldom, hardly, scarcely, barely, little, not only, but also, no sooner than. When any of these come at the beginning of a sentence, we must invert the subject and auxiliary verb. Let's look at some examples together. Examples and meanings. 1. Never have I seen such beauty. I've never seen anything like this before. It's amazing. 2. Rarely do we get snow in this town. It almost never happens. 3. Hardly had I arrived when the rain started. I arrived and immediately it started raining. 4. Not only did he forget my name, but he also forgot my birthday. Double drama. 5. Little did I know that he was my future boss. I had no idea at that time. 6. No sooner had I sat down than the phone rang. Just after I sat, it rang. See how inversion creates rhythm and makes your sentence sound more powerful or story-like. Part 4. Structure breakdown. Let's look at the pattern step by step. Pattern. Negative, limiting adverb, plus auxiliary, plus subject, plus main verb. Example. Never plus have plus I plus seen such beauty. If the verb doesn't already have an auxiliary, like do, does, did, have, had, will, would, we need to add one, usually do, does, or did. For example, normal, I seldom go out. Inverted, seldom do I go out. Normal, she rarely eats sweets. Inverted, rarely does she eat sweets. So remember, if there's no auxiliary verb, add one. Part 5. Common mistakes to avoid. Here are 3 common mistakes learners often make. 1. Wrong. Never I have seen such beauty. Correct. Never have I seen such beauty. You must invert, put have before I. 2. Wrong. Hardly I had finished my meal when he came. Correct. Hardly had I finished my meal when he came. 3. Wrong. Not only she sings beautifully, but she also dances well. Correct. Not only does she sing beautifully, but she also dances well. Just remember, when in doubt, flip it out. Part 6. Quick practice time. Let's test your understanding with a short quiz. Ready? Question 1. Which one is correct? A. Never I have been so happy. B. Never have I been so happy. C. I never have been so happy. The correct answer is B. Never have I been so happy. We start with never, then invert have I. Question 2. Which one uses correct inversion? A. Hardly I had finished eating when the phone rang. B. I hardly had finished eating when the phone rang. C. Hardly had I finished eating when the phone rang. The answer is C. Hardly had I finished eating when the phone rang. Perfect use of inversion for emphasis. Question 3. Choose the correct sentence. A. Not only he sings well, but he also plays the guitar. B. Not only does he sing well, but he also plays the guitar. C. Not only sings he well, but he also plays the guitar. The answer is B. Not only does he sing well, but he also plays the guitar. We add does and invert the order. Final tips. Inversion for emphasis is like your grammar spotlight. You don't need to use it in every sentence, just when you want to sound dramatic, formal, or expressive. You'll often hear it in movies, stories, formal writing, and sometimes even in speeches. So next time you're amazed, shocked, or telling a story, try it. Instead of, I've never seen such beauty, say, never have I seen such beauty. Instead of, I had just left when she arrived, say, no sooner had I left than she arrived. And you'll sound instantly more fluent and expressive.
Have you ever said something like, I don't know what he wants. Take whatever you like. Whoever did this is in trouble. And you thought, wait, what kind of clause is that? Is it a question? Is it a relative clause? Is it magic? Well, today, in ESC Grammar and Structure, we are going to unlock the mystery of nominal relative clauses. And I promise you, by the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand them, you'll use them confidently and correctly.
Hey everyone, welcome to ESC Grammar and Structure, your channel, where you learn and improve your English grammar and structure.
Let's begin. First, let's break the term into two parts, nominal relative clause versus a relative clause. A relative clause usually gives extra information about a noun. For example, the man who is talking is my teacher. Who is talking describes the man. That is a typical relative clause, but today we are not talking about that type. We are talking about nominal relative clauses, also called free relative clauses. Here is the key idea. A nominal relative clause does not describe a noun. It is the noun, yes. The whole clause functions as a noun. And what can a noun do? A noun can be a subject, an object, a complement. So a nominal relative clause can also be a subject, an object, or a complement. Let's look at examples. Example 1. Whoever calls first wins the prize. Let's analyze this carefully. Whoever calls first is the subject of the sentence. Is there a noun before whoever? So this clause is not describing anything. It is the noun. It means the person who calls first. Let's compare. The person who calls first wins the prize. In this sentence, who calls first is a relative clause because it describes the noun person. But whoever calls first wins the prize. That entire clause is acting as a noun. That is a nominal relative clause. Now example 2. I don't know what she said. What she said is the object of know. Ask yourself, know what? Answer, what she said. So, what she said is a nominal relative clause functioning as a noun, specifically the object of the verb. It means the thing that she said. Again, there is no noun before what. That is why it is called a free relative clause. It is free. It does not attach to a noun. Now let's look at common words that introduce nominal relative clauses. The most common ones are what, whatever, who, whoever, whom, whomever, which, whichever, where, wherever, when, whenever, how. Let's understand them one by one. What means the thing that. Example, take what you need. This means take the thing that you need. Who means the person who. Example, who broke the window must admit it. This sounds formal, but grammatically correct. It means the person who broke the window must admit it. Whoever means any person who. Example, whoever finishes first can leave. It does not matter who the person is. Now let's talk about something very important. Nominal relative clauses look like questions, but they are not questions. Compare. Question. What did she say? Nominal relative clause. I know what she said. Do you see the difference? In the question, the verb comes before the subject. Did she say? But in the nominal relative clause, the word order is normal. She said. This is very important. Many students make this mistake. Incorrect. I know what did she say. Correct. I know what she said. No inversion inside nominal relative clauses. Remember that. Now let's look at how nominal relative clauses function in 3 positions. First, as subject. It is placed in the beginning of a sentence. What you did was amazing. What was amazing? What you did. The entire clause is the subject of the verb was. Second, as object. It comes after the verb of the sentence. She didn't understand what I meant. Understand what? What I meant. See? It appears after the verb understand. Third, as subject complement. It appears after be, such as is, am, are, was, were, etc. This is what I need. What is this? What I need. Here, the clause comes after is and renames this. Now let's test your understanding. Multiple choice test 1. Choose the correct sentence. A. I don't know. What did he buy? B. I don't know what he bought. C. I don't know that what he bought. The correct answer is B. Why? Because inside a nominal relative clause, we use normal word order. WH questions plus subject plus verb. He bought, not did he buy. Option A is wrong because it uses question word order. Option C is wrong because we do not use that before what in this structure. Very good. Multiple choice test 2. Choose the sentence where the underlined part is a nominal relative clause functioned as the subject of the sentence. A. The student who is sleeping is tired. B. What you said made me happy. C. The car that he bought is expensive. The correct answer is B. Why? Because what you said begins the sentence and acts as the subject of the sentence. Excellent. Multiple choice test 3. Choose the correct meaning of this sentence. Whoever calls me after 10 p.m. will regret it. A. A specific person will regret it. B. Any person who calls after 10 p.m. will regret it. C. The person I called will regret it. The correct answer is B. Whoever means any person who. It does not refer to one specific person. It includes everyone. Very powerful word. Now let's review the key points before we finish. A nominal relative clause. 1. Functions as a noun. 2. Does not modify a noun. 3. Can be a subject, object, or complement. 4. Uses normal statement word order. 5. Often begins with words like what, who, whoever, whatever, where, when, how, etc. If you master this structure, your English will sound more natural, more advanced, and more confident. Instead of saying, I like the thing that you made, you will say, I like what you made. Instead of, the person who comes first wins, you can say, whoever comes first wins. Smooth, elegant, native-like. Now, I have a question for you. Can you write one sentence using a nominal relative clause in the comments? Maybe start with what or whoever. Let's practice together. If this lesson helped you finally understand nominal relative clauses without confusion, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to ESC Grammar and Structure for more clear, simple, and powerful grammar lessons. Remember, grammar is not scary. Grammar is structure, and structure gives you power. See you in the next lesson at ESC Grammar and Structure.